I was AFTV, I got Robbie with me. We've just been Athletic Club 2-0 here at the San Mamés Stadium. Now, Rob, I don't owe you an apology. I don't do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm definitely not going to do that because, okay, the score was still 2-0. I will say...
No, it's 0-0.
No, the score was 2-0 and I said 3-0. I'm just saying, at the time. So I'm not going to give you an apology for that. But I will say, at 0-0, after half-time, it was about 60th minute, he said, Martinelli, I think he should come on in behind. We saw what he did against Real Madrid. Yep. He could be the one to unlock this defence. I said, I love Martinelli. Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. Maybe, you know, Eze, you also said, yeah, Eze's got the quality. He might be able to do something. Literally, as soon as you finish that conversation,
he literally came on and just scored, didn't he? Like,
I mean, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I called it. I said, listen, for me right now, in the game, we're on top. You could see Arsenal starting to get on top in the game. It had been the first half was quite an even first half.
Yeah.
Right. And, you know, I thought we defended brilliantly in that first half, you know, and they put us under a lot of pressure. And I said this yesterday. I told Julian over there, I thought he was looking on this a bit too lightly. I said, when you get in this place, the atmosphere is going to be unreal, which it was.
It was a good atmosphere.
I think every single Athletic Bilbao shirt in this town is sold out because every one of their fans had one on, right? And the atmosphere was incredible, and it's an incredible stadium as well. Really nice in there, right? And they were so up for it, and their players were so up for it, and they gave us a tough time. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? They really, they reminded me of like we was playing an English team.
Yeah.
They're really, really physical.
Intensity was high.
And when they got the ball on the counter, but we managed it really, really well. Then in the second half, as they started to get a little bit tired, you started to see us come on top. And then I just thought to myself, Martinelli time, get him on, his pace in behind will be able to hurt him, and that's exactly what the manager did. Him and Trossard and two players that would have been automatic starters probably last season, right? Especially Martinelli, showing the depth that we've got, that they can come off the bench despite all the injuries we've got and make a difference in a game like this. And that was the problem last year.
Yeah,
the problem last year is that so many games we had no options, so it would end up being a draw. But this year, and this is what I hope is going to be a thing going forward, this year we have options off the bench, despite no Saka and players like that.
Crazy.
You can bring players like that. We already know Trossard's a player who can always come off the bench and make a difference. Martinelli with his pace late on in games is frightening. So well done to both of those two players. And like Lee was just saying, poses a problem for the manager.
Yeah, for Sunday,
what do I do for Sunday? Do I start Martinelli? Do I start Eze? That's what we want to see. That's what you want to see all season long, because when you've got them problems, all of a sudden you've got a team that, you know, is going to do really well. And listen, teams are going to fear Arsenal with the squad that we've got.
They're 100%. Well, let's dial it back a little bit, because you were saying to me, I said, look, we played them in pre-season, we slapped them 3-0. And I said, you know what? I know it's Champions League game. Firstly, also big up as well, just Athletic Club and the way they managed, like, the people and everyone. It's been a lovely trip from the people. The people, it's been safe. It's been, you've got to give them credit. I know it's not my fan camp, but I have to highlight that, because we go across Europe and, you know, sometimes we're not treated very well. But today, been amazing.
Well done to highlight that. I think this is a great place to come and watch football. You know what I mean? The atmosphere is great. When you look at their fans, right, the amount of women that I saw that I saw in their fan base was incredible. Ooh. You know what I mean? They've been really, really friendly all day. No issues in the ground. No issues with their fans whatsoever. Just like two sets of fans really up for watching a great game of football.
And it was a great game.
And also, you know what I mean? What I love about them is their philosophy, like where every player comes from this region. I mean, they're the only club in the world that does that, you know what I mean? And they've stuck to that. And it creates you can see it creates a real togetherness. It's a great club, man. I really like them. And
a good performance. As I said, let's dial it back quick. You tell me then, because you said in the previews and build-up, this is not going to be like what you saw in pre-season. This is and they didn't even have Nico Williams. I thought, come on, Rob. Like, I know it's not going to be exactly the same, but you'd have thought would be a bit more. Well, I don't know. I thought it wouldn't be that. They were. There was
no way they're going to come and play like how they played at the Emirates in front of these lot. You know what I mean? No chance. You know what I mean? They were up for it. They fought for absolutely everything. And as I said, it was a very physical game. We got a great defence right now. This is what could serve us really well in the Champions League, is that defence. And, you know, Gabriel was doing what Gabriel does. He's solid as a rock. I thought Timber was excellent. You know, Calafiori, who's been brilliant so far this season, was excellent. Rice, despite getting that card early on in the game, I thought he had a really good game as well. He was solid. And then Mosquera, what can I say, man? I mean, you know, I really do. You're right, mate. I really do think you know, it's a problem for Mikel. It's a great problem for Mikel Arteta on Sunday. Do you leave out Mosquera? You could arguably say he was, you know, possibly the man of the match today.
You could argue that.
Or do you bring back William Saliba, who's like one of the best centre-backs in the world? I mean, like, it's a great problem to have, but Mosquera again today was absolutely brilliant.
But could you see an Arsenal before this summer window going into their first Champions League game and not bringing on a William Saliba, not bringing on a Miles Lewis-Skelly, not having a Saka in the team, and
no chance, man. We'd be all frightened, and nobody was coming up to this game with trepidation because we've seen what these guys have done so far this season. Yeah, I mean, no Saka, Madueke, I thought was brilliant today. Yeah, I'd at least say, yeah, there was a couple of occasions in the second half where his end product could have been better, but you know, he was a threat. He was our most threatening forward player by far. You know what I mean? Every time the ball went out to him, he just picked it up, drove at defenders. He was brilliant. Even when they doubled him up, trebled him up, he still was giving them issues. So he was excellent.
No Odegaard, no captain. There was so many.
No Odegaard. I was forgetting Odegaard. No Odegaard. No Havertz. No Saka. No Saliba. These are your main players, your mainstay players, and every player that's coming for them has stepped up and has done brilliantly today. And I think this team, we got a squad that can go very far in this competition. We got to semi-finals last year. This is a squad that can go very far in it this year. There's not many better squads than this around.
Small portion of rival fans will say, "Calm down, Robbie. You're expected to win this game. So what you can't get. It's Athletic Club. You expect to win it. Well, you don't get too ahead of yourself. What a good performance.
It's not an easy place to come to, and it's not. Yeah, I mean, yeah. We, you know, as a team got to the semi-finals last year. You would expect Arsenal to win, but make no mistake. If you think you're going to come to these places and be some little easy walkover, no chance. Yeah, I mean, you saw today. I mean, the other game. You know, is it Union Geloise?
In Berlin, in Belgium, beat PSV 3-1.
I mean, don't look on. You know, this Champions League. This is a Champions League, man. This is not, you know, the Carabao Cup. This is not, you know, what is it? What's that other competition that Chelsea was in?
Conference League
or the Conference League.
The Europe, yeah.
You're playing against teams. They're good. They're very, very good. You know what I mean? Teams full of internationals. So. I just thought today was an excellent performance. But that's what you call a European performance. Solid at the back, solid in midfield, and then you have to be a bit patient. And then when your chances come, be clinical, take them. And we did 2-0 today. Didn't flatter us because even though they had a lot, a huff and puff, Raya had nothing to do. Raya had nothing to do because the defenders, they just dealt with everything in front of them. And as I said, Mosquera, absolutely brilliant today.
Everyone keeps talking about the defender, Mosquera, of course, for a headache for Sunday. But just quickly then, Trossard, Martinelli to finish up. Are they causing a headache or would it be similar to what we see? Would it be an Eze and Moni Madueke starting on Sunday?
I'd still go Eze and Madueke for that game, you know what I mean, against City. But listen, you know you've got those guys later on in the game. I think we've got a little bit of two advantages. Obviously, we're at home, but also the fact that we've played today. You know what I mean? Got the game over and done with, and City have got to play on Thursday. You know what I mean? They've got a tough game as well. Napoli, De Bruyne coming back. You know what I mean? McTominay, players like that. That ain't an easy game for them. Then they've got to come to us on the Sunday. So to me, we've got a long layoff now. Yeah, I mean, right up until Sunday, players can chill out, relax, get themselves back in gear. I'd more or less be starting with the same team that started today. But the good thing about it is we know there's options, serious options. I mean, I don't know where Saka will be. Yeah, you know, whether he'll come back in. You know what I mean, for the weekend.
But can he just walk back in? Is it? Is it?
You know, Madueke has been brilliant. He's been absolutely brilliant, and you know, the options. I'm loving the options. I mean, the bench looks strong with those players missing.
That was
the thing about it. But I'm glad they've done this because this is what we were lacking last year. We lacked that, and that's why.
Many years. It's not even just last year.
Yeah, I mean, last year in particular. Think about how many games we drew. If we can turn those into wins, we're going to have a great season. GFN Soccer TV, with all your favourite shows in one place, is now live in the UK with Samsung TV Plus.